Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Salgar and I make content, really anything from lifestyle to me taking a solo trip down to Portland. So if you are new, if you enjoy, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and if you are returning, welcome back. So let's get straight into this video. I've been meaning to film this and I spoke about this like 2 vlogs ago as far as my empties. So mostly it's going to be skincare products, but I wanted to also throw in a couple items that I highly feel like have changed the game in those categories. So if you're into videos like that, make sure to make sure to stay tuned, and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, the first product that I'm going to mention is going to be the Timeless, you guys. I feel like this has completely transformed my skin for the last 4 months that I've been using this. For those of you that have tuned in to my prior videos, I've had oh my god, Bishu! I've had severe cystic acne, and currently I don't have anything active, but I deal with a lot of texture, a lot of redness, and I do understand that vitamin C is not something that magically gets rid of texture, especially texture, because I had those deep cystic acne. That was my cat, ignore that. But I do know that it's helped the overall appearance of my skin. It's much smoother, it's not as red, so days when I'm not wearing makeup I can comfortably leave the house without. So the one that I'm talking about is the vitamin C, the Timeless vitamin C. So it's 20% vitamin C, ferulic acid, vitamin E. I use this in my regimen. We can go into skincare in another video, because I realized that last time I spoke about vitamin C was when I was using my ordinary powder. So it's been almost over a year, and I've been using this every single day for the past 3 to 4 months, and I highly recommend this. Pishu, this is just not okay. So yeah, I would say a tip to purchase this, because it is a little bit pricier obviously than the ordinary, the regular price I'll have at the bottom there. Pishu, stop please. He's literally like scratching at my feet from the bottom of the door. So a tip that I would say to purchase this product, they actually have a ton of sales. Like they had one for Mother's Day, they had one for Father's Day, they had a Memorial Day sale. So anytime that sale happens, I would go to their mailing list, because this is one that I actually will be like, okay, they're having a sale, I have to go buy like in bulk. So this one is actually empty. Yeah, it's completely empty. And the thing is that I kept thinking that this was empty, but it kept, like, this probably took like 2 months, I would say, of everyday use. Okay, the next product that I want to get into is something that actually over winter and time going into spring, because I do have dry skin personally, that has completely transformed my skin. Applying foundation, my moisturizer, because I'm like, how much moisturizer do I need to use to ensure there's moisture on my skin? So the thing that I kind of like stumbled or rediscovered is the squalene oil, and this is by The Ordinary. Again, as I mentioned, Timeless did have a sale, and their squalene was on sale. So actually this is pretty much done. If you can kind of see there's maybe like a few drops in there left, but I would mix this with my moisturizer AM and PM, and then it just gives you really nice supple complexion, which I really like. Okay, the next product that I want to get into is another Ordinary product, and this is their niacinamide at 10%, zinc 1%. This guy here, I feel like, so I alternate between this and my glycolic. I've talked about that so many times, I didn't even want to mention that in this video, but this is something that I initially was kind of iffy about, just because I kept thinking that it kept peeling on me, but I figured out a way to make it without, like, no matter what I apply, it doesn't peel on me anymore, which is really nice. But I alternate between this and my glycolic in the evenings. So this will be the first thing that goes on my face, and then I'll follow it with azelaic acid. which is going to be the next product that I talk about. I forgot to bring that up here. So niacinamide essentially just helps with redness, texture of your skin, and it's a fantastic. So if you can find moisturizers with niacinamide ingredient, it's really, really great for the skin. So it kind of brightens your skin. It actually, I feel like, helps kind of make your skin seem really, or feel very smooth the next day. So highly encourage this. I think I've gone through 2 bottles. This is my 3rd one here, and you can kind of see how much is left. So that's okay. The next one I want to throw in here is my kind of random, but I really felt like this deserves a mention. This is the Crest, specifically the Crest 3D White. It's their most advanced whitening technology brilliance in a toothpaste form. So dissolving, polishing complexion. So it has little beads, and the first, I will kind of warn you, if you have sensitive teeth, the first couple of weeks I did feel very sensitive, like kind of my jaws would hurt because those little beads, it does, I mean, the idea behind this is to whiten and remove stains. So it is a little bit like, if you have very sensitive teeth like my brother does, I would steer away from this product. But as I've been using this, I get a ton of compliments, and there's a few different ones, so I would just stick to this particular one because I've used a few of their other whitening ones. There's one that says 80% stain removal, 90% is equal, and it's very good. But yeah, this stuff is amazing because I had a few people call out and be like, did you whiten your teeth? I'm like, yeah. The next thing that I want to talk about is I don't think I'm gonna steer away from this oil cleanser. It is by far the best. I've used balms, I've used a couple, I think it's like Take It Off Clinique balm, but in terms of like the price, the texture, everything, this is above all like the best one, which is the Softimo Speedy Cleansing Oil, and they do have a couple different, or a few different ones of this, so I would particularly reach for this pink bottle, which is their Speedy Cleansing Oil. So what I kept, Pishu, please go away. So I've actually kept the same bottle, and what I just do is repurchase these refills, and it just kind of, it helps, I don't know, does it save you any money? I'm not really sure, but I just kind of keep filling up with the same bottle. The thing I love about this is that it doesn't leave kind of that film, you know, when you go blind from oil cleansing your skin and then you're kind of blind for a few minutes after you wash your face until you go in there. This doesn't leave that, and I really like that it doesn't leave that residue at all throughout your face. And then as you're kind of cleansing, I don't know what it is, but like even on days where I'm just wearing SPF, because I do the 60-minute rule, when I am cleansing my skin, it gives me like, I feel these little like beads type thing, so I feel like it just brings all the dirt to surface and works really well. So I haven't had any reason to kind of steer away from it, so I'll continue to use that one. This is going to be kind of another random one, but so this brought me back to this day. It still brings me back to like my high school days. So if anybody recognizes this bottle, this is the Victoria's Secret Angel Mist Heavenly. So it's just like a very clean, out of the shower, like typically when I go on my walks or runs, I like to just kind of spritz myself. I don't know, I like to smell good when I'm running, especially like when I'm walking or running and I smell somebody else walk past me and they smell good instead of like stinky. I really appreciate that, so I just want to return that. So I just like to, like when I'm out of the shower, just spritz this, and it's very refreshing, and it might be something nostalgia where I tie it back to high school, but I really like this, so I just wanted to mention this. So the next product or empty that I like to mention is my azelaic acid suspension. So this is another Ordinary product that I've very much enjoyed. So I've gone through, this is like my first bottle that I've gone through, because actually surprisingly this is my new one, because I'm kind of getting to the bottom of this. So this is a 1 ounce, but this lasted me quite a good amount of time. So because every time I do this, because it's a pretty thick consistency and I feel like it goes a long way, so every time I do that I still get I'm still getting product. So I've just kind of kept this until I open up my new one. So this product I will use with my niacinamide. I don't know, I was doing research and they said that the azelaic is another one of those products which is like a brightening formula. So I've really been enjoying the two together. So I'll put this on. I don't wait, you know, to let it absorb or anything, and then I'll immediately apply a pea size of this kind of in the 4 areas of my face and then just blend it in and then continue on with the rest of my product. So the nights that I use this, I'll always use this. Okay, so we're actually, I feel like I'm getting close to the end of this video, so that went pretty quick. That's good. I don't want to sit here and like talk your ear off. Another thing, so if you've watched my favorites video from almost a year ago, I was talking about the La Vanilla deodorant because it's a clean deodorant, and I'm very like protective of, I've had breast cancer runs through my family, so I just try to keep things that are aluminum free and things like that. So the La Vanilla I loved for a really long time, but I was just kind of browsing and looking at new I think it was Amazon, but the thing that caught me on my eye was the Naked brand Thai Crystal deodorant. And I think when I first got this, I kind of was talking about it in one of my vlogs. But the thing that I love about this, it's 100% natural mineral salt. It's unscented, made in Thailand. First of all, the packaging of this product and this company is phenomenal. They give you like a little travel size one, which I have somewhere in my travel toiletry bag. But the great thing about this is that this thing is like huge, right? I think it's, I mean, when you compare deodorants, this is a little bit pricey, but I think that it's well worth because I've been using this for several months. So basically you run it under water, you apply it under each armpit for 60 seconds, and you guys, 60 seconds is a long time. So I always like to keep a timer, or if I'm listening to music, I make sure to hit 60 seconds because the thing I will say about this is like I'm a big time sweater. This doesn't, it's not an basically it doesn't stop you from sweating, but I will say since I've used this, I've not run into having to reapply throughout the day or stinky BO like once. And I typically do like if I'm not wearing deodorant, because I sweat a ton, I definitely can get smelly. So this is something that I highly encourage anybody that's in the market for deodorants. And it doesn't, like, I don't think personally I've ran into where it leaves like little white lines. There's like simply no residue at all. The thing that's great about it is that it goes on literally like an invisible little shield. So, and this does, I think I'm gonna say that this will go last me for about 2 to 3 years. Like, yeah, so well worth it. Great buy. Hey puppy, what's up? All right, next product that I want to talk about, just because, so I think it was, who was it? It's one of my favorite YouTubers on here that talks about skincare. He has a twin brother. I'm gonna mention his name somewhere in the video, but I'm blanking. He talked about this Innisfree honey ampule, which I was like, oh my god, that can totally be a dupe for this particular product, but I just want to say that it's not, and this is like an OG staple, have to have on your, like, in your skincare line. So this is the Hada Labo, and if you do Korean skincare, you already know about this. But this is the premium hyaluronic serum. The only issue I have with this is that it's not very accessible. So like Amazon will be out of it, or it's like super expensive. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I stopped ordering this. But I've gone through 3 bottles of this, and very much will continue to go back to this, because as soon as I'm done with the Innisfree like honey ampule, that I mean, it's great, but it doesn't give me, because I have dry skin, it doesn't give me what I need in terms of hydration. That doesn't, and this is like a really nice thick consistency. So if anybody's familiar with like hyaluronic acid, hyaluronic basically it just retains moisture on your skin, and it is phenomenal to kind of plump up the skin and all that jazz. So very much recommend this particular one. Alright, and that is pretty much the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this very quick, fun empties video. I will be sitting down eventually, it's in the next like 3 videos that I have planned out for you guys, to sit down and talk about my skincare PM routine, just because I realized that I've recently done my AM, but I've realized that I have got a ton of it. You guys, I'm missing a product, one second. Another product that I initially was like, I hate this thing, then somehow just continued to use it because I didn't want to be wasteful and like throw it away, is the Vani Cream moisturizer. So this is for dry, irritated, or sensitive skin. This is one of the best moisturizers I think that I've used in terms of price, in terms of consistency, in terms of everything. So it doesn't have any, there's no scent to it. It goes on. So one thing I think that turned me off about this, so I'll kind of warn you guys, if you do have, I think this is great for all skin types, especially if you have dry skin, because I mix this with my squalene oil. One thing I will say is that when you do apply this, it does leave kind of a white cast. So I do kind of, it takes a little bit to kind of blend into your face, and then I would say giving it about 2 to 3 minutes, it completely absorbs into your skin. Because initially I remember like, I'm like, oh, I hate the fact that it leaves like this weird cast on my face, but it's one of my favorite moisturizers. It hasn't broken me out, it hasn't given me any weird reactions, and I love the fact that it has literally no scent. So if anybody is turned off by like fragrance moisturizers, this is one that I would encourage you to pick up. You can pick it up at Target for like less than $12. Okay, so that is basically the end of the video. Now we're at the end of the video. So if you've stuck around this long, I want to say thank you so much for sticking around. And then again, as I mentioned, if you are somebody that's new, let me know how you found this video, if it wasn't as suggested, because I'm curious. And then I will see you guys in the next video next week.